hobbyists. My name is Jeremy Wade and I'm your Canadian Reef Master. And right now, I'm getting ready for the big surprise that I've been hinting at for a while in my videos. I'm moving. I'm going from Vancouver, British Columbia to Victoria, British Columbia, and I have a lot of surprises to share with you. I hope you all stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll show you what I do as I get ready to move, as I am going 110 kilometers over an ocean with my entire reef tank. This could be a disaster, or it could really go well as planned. But there's great things to come in the future, and I have a lot of great projects to share with you. Let's go and see what I'm gonna get ready to do for moving my reef tank. It's 4 a.m. in the morning and I am exhausted. I've packed my place up and I'm on to the last task before I move. I'm headed to Victoria, British Columbia. This is the biggest move I've ever done, even though I'm moving back home. However, this time I have to take my Red Sea reefer with me. This tank is extremely delicate as it has SPS, LPS, and soft coral. They're tricky as they have to be climate controlled. We're in summertime and it gets up to 30 degrees and even more if you're inside a car. We're traveling over land and ocean 110 kilometers to the new Reef Master Gallery in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm excited to show you some of the projects I have ahead with new tanks, as well as some of the other things I get up to at my new residence. I'm very excited about this adventure. Let's have a look at how I'm going to take my reefer with me, the supplies I have, the plan, and we'll see if I can get everything to survive this trip. I think I'm gonna be able to do it. They send coral around the world and sometimes it takes 4 days. What's a few hours in buckets, boxes, and bags? Come along and make sure you subscribe to my channel as we're getting on to new projects in my new Reef Master Gallery. Let's have a look at what I do now to get ready for this big move. I have a couple hours left and it's still full. This is a lot of stress as there's only one of me until about 9 a.m. when my dad arrives to give me a hand to load everything up and head home to my new place in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm extremely excited as I have just bought a new house and I get to move in and make it my own with lots of fish tanks, projects, plants, and a lot of friends. So let's get going because I only have a few hours to get going and heading to my new place in Victoria. I hope I can do this. It's a good idea to put something that will protect the floor down. It's very uncomfortable to walk on salt if you drop it and have bare feet. The salt reacts with your tissue and can often leave you a burn. This is why I'm also wearing gloves while I work with my salt, because the caustic chemicals can be quite corrosive of your hands. I'm mixing approximately 40 gallons of salt water such that I can top off my reef tank as I remove different coral or fish. This allows me to have a large reservoir of water so that I can transport my coral safely as well as my fish over a long distance. I will be using the tank water. However, this is supplementary water that allows me to extend the amount of water I have in the tank for travel. The newer water I will use for the fish, and I will use some for the coral. However, I don't want to change the coral's pH or alkalinity too much, so I want to use the tank water for their transport. I will be transporting my coral in these wonderful boxes that were donated to me by April's Aquariums in Vancouver, British Columbia. They are a fabulous store that have had awesome stock in Vancouver for freshwater fish. They even got me to get a freshwater tank as I enjoyed visiting the store. I think this tank is absolutely phenomenal. I'll shut this tank down quickly tomorrow as it's a little bit easier to transport than my Reef tank. We also have my betas separated for transport. These are going in Ziploc bags as well as a harder container such that I can stack them. They are going to be easy to transport this way and I don't have to worry about them getting damaged. Now I have to get this salt mixed and get it ready so I can transfer the fish and start tearing that tank down. I'm going to start taking the sump down first, or the interiors of the sump, and then I will stop the pumps, remove power heads, lighting, and other equipment. I've left my octopus on the wall so that I may look at it as I take down the tank. This is a fabulous piece by my sister. It is stunning and mesmerizes me every time I look at it. And the detail of this giant Pacific octopus is stunning. I'll start by taking the lights off the tank. There's enough light in the room that I can see what is happening in the tank. Here you see the contents of my 15-gallon nano tank. I took this down last night and I got it ready so that I can transfer it. The canister filter is still running, however, I will turn this off and just take it as is. Coming up on 5:30, 6 a.m. and I am extremely tired. I haven't even started the top of the tank. Oh, this is getting tiring. Finally just starting on the bottom of the tank. I have slowly got my cords of my GHL disconnected. It is a very messy cord job I have down there after 3.5 years of plugging and unplugging. It was neat and tidy at once, and we haven't even started the top of the tank. However, I've had some troubles with the tank the last few weeks as I've been preparing to travel as well as going on different little outdoor excursions. There has been pH changes in my tank based on when I am actually home or not. So I can map this on my GHL for the days I'm actually away and see what the pH changes are. And I can see a definitive pH and alkalinity change on days that I'm away for a few nights with the doors shut in the house. That's what I noticed after I saw this lovely white recession event. Although it's just one small portion of this coral, it will regain as this coral is huge. I really don't think one branch of this coral will really have a huge effect on the colony. I could not snip it off because that is bone thick, even with my bone cutters, and I'll have to see what I can do once I get it out of the tank. Maybe a hammer will do. Filling my betas up with the Ziploc bags, I'm just simply putting a lid on them, and they are ready to stack and go. My GHL is unhooked and ready to be packed up. I have most of my equipment here, as well as you can see how many boxes and bags I have there. I will have those ready when I get to packing up the aquatic life. I will take the last few pumps off, different frag racks, and I'm going to take the protein skimmer and the phosphate remover out next, as well as the baskets. An important tool that often is overlooked is your Dremel tool. One of my favorite tools, to be honest. I really enjoy cutting things with this, as well as grinding out some coral frags. It is always important to have a shop vacuum when you have a reef tank. This ensures that there's no water on the floor. It is quite interesting looking at this tank as I take it down. It's almost surreal that I've been working on this tank for almost 4 years. I wish I had got a bigger tank, however, I live in an apartment where I rent. This tank is excellent because it's a small body of water. I think if I dropped a pail of water, it would make more of a problem than this tank if it leaked ever. The nice thing about modern day aquariums is they are plumbed so that they do not overflow because they have sumps and special different piping that will allow for emergency overflows as well as compensation of too much water in the tank. This is a very strange day as I am shutting down this tank, as it marks a new period of my life where I get to start to explore deeper into the aquarium hobby as I expand my collection of coral and aquariums. Because I own my new place, I can choose how much water I put inside it. I have many odd-shaped pieces of equipment, such as my dosing boxes. I put them in a black garbage bag, and I keep the dosing pumps dry. I'll place them into a fish bag and have them inside this bag here, and it will keep it safe, and I'll just be able to set it up once I get to my new location. While it's still dark, I was able to capture the clownfish from the main display and throw him in the 15-gallon pond. I don't like this clownfish and he does not like me. We have a little bit of a feud going, kind of like Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. Well, it is 7 a.m. and I am absolutely exhausted. I need to have a little bit of a sit down, but I have to wait until my dad comes to give me a hand. I am starting to sort which frags and which coral I'm going to put in which container. I hope you've enjoyed part 1 of my video of my big move to Victoria, British Columbia. Here you see Homophilia australis in the center, the Scalemia coral, my plate coral in the lower right, my Homophilia bowerbanki up right top, as well as my Fimbriphiliae on the left and my Blastomusa from Australia on the lower left. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and make sure you subscribe, as well as hit the notification button so you know when I post part 2 and possibly part 3 of my big move to Victoria, British Columbia. I'm excited for the new chapter ahead, and I hope you will join me.